during the last days I've been feeling mentally so drained, and no focus, no stability, no, how do I say it, no calmness, nothing. And it's so bad, and I completely know why, and I've reached the same conclusion so many times, and I keep trying new things, and even though I know what works perfectly for me, then I stop it and try other things to try, and I became worse again. But I really know what happens and why it is. So now, why during this last 3-4 days, I've been both training with my team much worse, and also mentally and physically being much worse with everything, is because I've been eating way too little carbs, but not just carbs, but glucose-based carbs. And I've been leaving my muscle glycogen stores too depleted. And that also stresses the body tons and won't give you the same stability, both mentally and physically, in everything, also speaking-wise. I can speak so much more clearly now, right now, when my glycogen stores are also much fuller. This afternoon I really made my glycogen stores full, eating quite a lot of carbs, though balancing it and walking after the meals to really replenish my muscle glycogen stores. And the calmness that I have inside of me, it's night and day. It's crazy different. It's so fascinating that nutrition can make such a big difference in your mood, in your stability, in everything. And I promise you that so many people that train really hard and maybe have a lot of addiction and cravings and stress and feeling disträ is called in Swedish. In English it's called maybe without focus and looking at different places and without being able to be stable. It's because their glycogen stores are depleted, and when muscle glycogen stores are depleted, it can also affect the brain a lot, because both the brain can sense it, and also because when your glycogen stores are depleted in the muscles, then when you walk and do whatever exercise, your liver glycogen will also be used to help provide for the muscles that are working. And if instead your muscles would have full glycogen, then you can spare that liver glycogen for the brain instead, and for other things. And so you can get that also stable energy. And I reached this conclusion maybe like 1-2 months ago, and I felt so good all the time, with the craziest energy ever, and happiness and brain function, everything. So good. But then I started trying other things and thinking, oh, maybe I don't need so many carbs, and I need more high fat and more this and more that. And yeah, when I did it worked good. But then what happens is I train so hard every day with my team, and I do so much extra, like crazy extra, that I continually deplete my glycogen stores, especially like in the muscle, but also in the liver. And when I do that, and I'm not eating so many carbs to replenish them, then I get the same problems over and over again. The same problems of not feeling emotionally stable, not being able to focus so much, not being able to talk clearly, not having this calmness. It's night and day, and you will 100% see in some of the videos I filmed previously, and also maybe in the future too, that I maybe talk really bad, and I maybe stutter, but also will repeat certain words like all the time, or I won't just be so calm and be much more rapid and stressful all the time. And it's because my glycogen stores are much lower, and it stresses the body and also uses up the liver glycogen much faster too. And this video is both for you but also for me in the future, to remind myself that, Daniel, you need to keep your glycogen stores on the high side when you train so much, both for your train performance, like training hard, and also for your brain and for your energy and for feeling calm and being able to talk to people and mastering life. It's so key. And not, instead of overloading with tons of protein, yeah, protein you need it, but you need what you need and you don't need more. And instead focusing also on getting the proper carbs for all that you are training. Like right now, after every training, I'm staying and doing extra shots. Not shots on the bar, because I don't drink, but shots on the training when they shoot a target, strikers with me. And wait. Hey. And if I stay and do extra, like 300, 400, 500 shots after every training, I use up every glycogen molecule that I have inside of me like crazy, because I'm training so hard and throwing myself up and down, up and down, up and down. And if I'm not eating enough to refill those glycogen stores, it will for sure massively stress the body, 100%. And it affects everything. And during the last days, I've been feeling this stressed state so much. And it's so annoying too. And I thought that maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's that. But it's always the same. And this time, as so many other times, it's because I deplete my glycogen stores and I'm not repleting them. And I reached the same conclusion a lot. Also, a few months ago, when with training, I didn't have the same focus. And then I started eating much more carbs the day before. And then with training, wow, the performance. During the last days, I've been kind of lowering the glucose-based carbs as white rice and potatoes, sweet potatoes. Instead of eating more fruit between meals, yeah, that's good, but you still need to replenish your muscle glycogen stores. And fructose isn't optimal for that. Glucose is. So, yeah, you need to remind yourself. And if you don't feel that optimal brain energy and stability, and you're training a lot and not eating so much carbs, I would really try it. Eating much more carbs to replenish your muscle glycogen stores. But there are some big caveats to it that you should really take into account. And one of those is that you should really try to, after that really big carb meals in which you try to replenish your muscle glycogen, you should really try to walk after them, walking. And the more carbs you eat, like 100, 200 grams, 250 gram carbs, the more you need to walk. Because the good thing about that is then your muscles can uptake the glucose without the use of insulin. And maybe you should also drink, when you're walking then after the meals, loads of more water, because all that carbs, glycogen, is bound to, per each gram of glucose, 3-4 grams of water. So you will also bound lots of water. And it's not water that is fat, it's water that is bound to the glucose and it's used later for energy, so it's nothing bad. So really try it, and maybe those days taking the calories into account and maybe lowering the fat a bit or in general, but otherwise just trying to balance those meals and adding some more white rice or potato, sweet potato. One big caveat is that it should be glucose based, and you just need to think about FODMAPs, because if you, let's say, add all of these extra carbs, like 250, 350 extra gram carbs, all with sweet potato, or all with quinoa, or all with, let's say, lentils, whatever, or honey, you also need to consider the FODMAPs. Because if you eat way too many FODMAPs, you will have symptoms, gut symptoms, or whatever. As for me, for example, if I can eat sweet potato lots, but if I eat way too much, I can have symptoms within the gut. But if I eat like 300, 350 grams, 400 grams, no problems. So I would really try thinking of it. And also you, Daniel, you need to remind yourself that when you get that brain energy that isn't sharp and start feeling the stressed state and the sluggishness and the impaired speech and everything, before you do anything else, try to think if your glycogen stores are full or not, and try filling them up with glucose-based carbs as potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice. You will probably notice a massive difference, and the day after in training be much better. And also, just your energy in general will be much more top, more optimized. I won't bore you more now, but this is a massive thing for me, and I would really try to make you reconsider and thinking of if your glycogen stores are really low, and if that is affecting your brain function too. Because taking stimulants, yeah, it can work short term, but you need to always think about why you don't have that optimal brain energy all the time. And not having full glycogen stores can be a big part of it. But another caveat, don't try to eat all those carbs too late at night, because I've made that mistake, and that can make you have elevated blood sugar levels before sleep. And if you do that when you sleep, maybe you will, if you, like me, put earplugs on, you will feel the heart beating too hard, and it's not optimal. So maybe it's smart also to have like a blood sugar finger prick so you can test and see, so you're not fucking up, as I've done so many times. So yeah, I notice a massive difference, and I speak so much more clearly and slowly and feel much calmer when I eat much more glucose-based carbs and balance everything. So key. I won't bore you more now. Have a wonderful night. Peace.